everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all doing well. Today's video is going to be the long-awaited ride or die tag that Jaclyn Hill created here on YouTube. If you guys haven't seen her video or you don't know what the ride or die tag is about, it's pretty much rummaging through my collection, picking out all the products from each category that I could not live without, or if you were stranded on a deserted island, you can only have one of each thing from each category, what you would pick. It was really hard for me to go through my entire collection and pick out things that I loved. There were some parts of it that were super easy for me. There were other parts of it that I'm like, oh my gosh, I love so many things. I want to mention so many, but I picked out everything from every single category that I cannot live without, and I actually kind of did a spin on this. So I used every single product that I could not live without or my ride or dies in a makeup tutorial. So everything you see on my face, I kind of take you through all the products that I love and how I use them, and kind of just show you how I get my signature look, because so many of you love this look. I use it in a lot of my videos and you all want me to do a tutorial on it, so I thought this would be the perfect time to do so. So if you want to see all the products that are my ride or dies, and if you also want to see how to achieve this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start with brows. My favorite brow combination ever has always been the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow with the brow gel. I do have the tinted one right now, but I do love her clear one. I think it's absolutely amazing. These definitely are super waterproof. They don't go absolutely anywhere, and this just gives you the most perfect defined brow. So I like to take a little bit of this on a slanted angled brush. I'm in the color Chocolate, and I don't really like to do too much. I like to really just carve out my brow from the top to the bottom and then just kind of fill everything in. I always like to use my brow gel after I do all my face makeup and my powder, just so everything stays in place and I don't get powder in my gel. So I'm going to come back and do this in a little bit, but now we're going to move on to the eyes. My favorite eye primer has always been the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. This has just been my go-to. I love how this conceals my eyelids. It makes my eyeshadow last all day long. It's great for oily eyelids as well, because my eyeshadow does not last on me. I found this is a perfect base for all my eyeshadows. I go through this fairly quickly because I use it every single day I do my makeup, but it does last a very long time. These last me probably like a year or two, so they're definitely a very good investment. Now, picking out an eyeshadow kit was probably my hardest part about this whole thing. I have two that I absolutely love so much. One is a little bit older to me, which is the Morphe 35O. I just use this so much that I would be so sad if this was not in my collection. There's so many good matte shades and shimmer shades. There's a bunch of warm tones, neutrals. It's just a perfect palette in my eyes, so I love this. It's been my go-to and I use it all the time. But recently I have discovered a new palette favorite. The Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia is absolutely gorgeous. So if you haven't picked this up yet, I highly recommend it. I've mentioned it on my channel so many times already, but today I'm going to use my Morphe 35O. So I'm first going to take this shade right here in the corner. It's just like a really nice creamy matte color, and I'm going to place that all over my lid to kind of set the base that we put on. This makes it a lot easier for our transition colors and our crease colors to blend out super nicely, so it's not like kind of pulling on that tacky base. The next color I'm going to go in with is this one right here. It's just like a really nice muted brown. It reminds me a lot of Soft Brown by MAC. It's just the perfect transition color. I'm just going to be placing that right in my crease. The next shade I'm going to go into is this one in this corner. It's just a little bit of a darker, a little bit warmer brown. I'm going to take that on a little bit of a smaller crease brush and place that just below the transition shade. On an even smaller brush, I'm going to take this really nice warm brown right there. It's not super dark, but it's just going to give us enough oomph to kind of deepen up the look. And I'm going to be placing that right on my outer V and kind of blending it upwards into the crease. And then for my lid, I'm going to take this beautiful shimmering peach color right there. This is so pretty. You don't even have to wet this color. It's that pigmented and that shimmery and beautiful. So I'm just placing that right on the kind of inner third of my lid. And last but not least, just for a little bit more added depth, I'm going to take the color next to that dark brown color we used. This is just a little bit darker. I'm going to be taking the tiniest bit of this on my like tapered little brush and applying that right in the outer V. I'm really not going to be blending this up very far. While we're here, I might as well just highlight my brow bone. So I'm going to take this creamy color right next to the first one we used. It has a little bit of shimmer in it because I do like a shimmery brow bone highlight. And I'm just going to be placing that right under the high point of my brow and just kind of blend it out. Before I take off my tape, I'm going to be using my favorite liquid liner ever. This is the Kat Von D Trooper liner. When I worked at Sephora, this was the one that I always recommended to people because it's very user friendly, so if you're new to eyeliner, this is definitely the perfect one to use. It's also super matte black and it's not going to go absolutely anywhere, so it's going to last forever on your eyes. Alright, now that my liner is done, I took off the tape and I cleaned up under my eyes because there was a bit of fallout. So next I would go with my mascara. My favorite mascara duo has forever been the Lancome Silks Booster Mascara Primer. I love this. I love this for volume, lengthening my lashes, giving my lashes a lot of definition because I don't have very much there. So I feel like I need a lot of definition and volume to any kind of mascara that I want to use. So I will always use this in combination with another mascara, but my favorite one to use it with is the Diorshow Blackout Mascara. I love this. It is very pricey, but it looks so good on my lashes. Especially these two paired together, you cannot go wrong. This gives me so much volume, length, separation, definition, everything you can imagine, and it's super black, so these two are my favorite. And then when I'm not wearing mascara, I love wearing false lashes, and I have two different kinds of favorites. One of them I'm going to be wearing today. These are the Cocoa Goddess lashes. I've talked about these so much on my channel. You guys are probably sick of hearing me talk about them, but these are my all-time favorites for super dramatic looks. And I also love the Ardell Glamour 113s. These are beautiful, nice, super long, wispy lashes, but these have forever been my favorite, so I wanted to wear these today, and I'm going to be popping these on, and then we're going to move on to the face. This next product wasn't a category in Jaclyn's original tag, but I use this product every single time I do my makeup, and I had to mention it because it just wouldn't be a ride or die tag without me talking about this, because again, I use it every single day and I just absolutely love it. This is the Sephora 8-Hour Mattifying Moisture Sunscreen. I love this because I'm super oily, but this gives me the moisture that I need but still keeps me matte throughout the day. And I love that it has sun protection, so it has an SPF of 20, which is amazing, and this is a super affordable product, so I love putting like 1.5 to 2 pumps of this on my skin, especially right before I put on my primer. For primer, my favorite one is the Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. This is a beautiful primer for oily skin. It just looks so thin to my skin. It doesn't have any silicone in there, so it's not going to be really slippery on the skin as well. It keeps me super matte throughout the day, and it keeps my oils at bay, which I love. I feel like my foundation just glides on my skin flawlessly when I wear this. I'm almost out of this. You can see how much I've used up because I love it so much. It is super pricey, but I think it's very worth it. Moving on to foundation, this was so easy for me. You guys are probably already gonna guess what it is. The Estee Lauder Double Wear has always been my ride or die foundation. Again, I always try new foundations, but I compare every single foundation I try. I feel like I compare it to this because this is just so good, especially for my skin. I know a lot of people actually don't like this, but I think this is beautiful. It glides on my skin. It makes my skin look flawless looking. It's super full coverage. It keeps me matte. I just love the way this looks on my skin, so I always go back to this. I've gone through multiple bottles of this foundation. I have a bunch in my collection with different colors, so I match throughout the entire year. Right now I'm in the color 2N1, which is a neutral foundation. So I'm just gonna be applying that all over my face with my Morphe E6 Flat Top Kabuki. For concealer, this has been a super long favorite of mine. I'm almost out of this one, so I need to go buy a new one. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's so affordable, but it's so good. I find this very comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear, not in consistency or formula, but just in the longevity and the way that it does not crease under my eyes. I love the MAC Pro Longwear one, but I feel like I get so much more use out of this one, and I recommend it to so many people that I just cannot have done this video without mentioning it. So Maybelline Fit Me Concealer is my absolute favorite, and I've gone through so many of these guys. And I'm in the color number 10 Light. I just love putting this under my eyes. This color is amazing as well because it has a little bit of like a peachy undertone, so it's kind of going to help conceal the darkness under your eyes as well. So you're doing a little bit of color correcting, you're doing a little bit of concealing. It's like a 2-in-1 product, and I just absolutely adore this. I could not do my concealer without setting under my eyes immediately, so my favorite one is the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. It's a really nice like natural matte finish. It's beautiful, it lasts all day, and my concealer does not crease. So I'm just going to be applying that with a Real Techniques like contour brush actually, but it just fits perfectly under my eyes. And I'm just like pressing this into my skin. Now to set the rest of my face, I love to use a different powder. I haven't talked about this on my channel in forever, and I don't know why. This has been my favorite powder ever. It is a high-end powder. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder. It looks beautiful on the skin. Again, I love a really full coverage face. I have so many colors of this, just like my foundation, just because I want it to match me throughout the year. So I have like 5 different compacts of these in different colors, so it matches me. But I'm just gonna be kind of patting that on. I don't like to go in with a lot of product because this is super full coverage, and it makes my skin literally look like a porcelain doll. So I'm obsessed. So I feel like contouring is a super necessary step for my routine. This category wasn't mentioned in the tag, but I thought I would mention it because I cannot go a day without contouring. If I'm wearing makeup, I have to contour. I just feel like it really helps bring out my cheekbones because I have a pretty round face, so I love contouring. My favorite has been the Anastasia contour kit. You can see how much I just absolutely adore this thing. Right now, I love to like switch my brush in all three of the contour colors just because I like a little bit more of a like neutral toned contour color. This one in the middle is pretty cool tone. So I'm just going to be placing that right underneath the hollows of my cheeks with my little e.l.f. contour brush. Moving on to bronzer, my absolute favorite one is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I feel like I don't use this too much on camera just because I have so many other bronzers that I love, and I feel like a lot of people talk about this one, but this has been my favorite one. I used to wear this all the time when it first came out when I was in high school, and I could not get enough of it. It smells delicious, and it's just like the perfect like neutral warm tone, but it's not too cool and it's not super warm that looks like muddy or orangey on your skin. So it's my perfect color, and I love using this with a e.l.f. kabuki brush. A lot of you ask me what brush this is. This is like a $3 kabuki brush from e.l.f. Blush was also a really hard category for me. I feel like it was just so hard to pick something out that I love because I have a full drawer of blush and I love so many of them. But this one stood out to me because I used to wear this again all the time in high school. I feel like a lot of the things I chose I used to use in high school, and I've kept using them for years and years and years that have just become such a staple in my routine. So the one that I decided to reach for is the Milani Baked Blush in the color Luminoso. This is so pretty. It's just a beautiful shimmery toned peachy blush. It looks good on so many different skin tones. It's raved about for such a good reason. So I love this blush. I love a good shimmery blush that's going to make me look glowy and healthy. This has been my ride or die. I love it so much. It looks beautiful on the cheeks, and I love just putting this right on my apples. For highlighter, this was so easy for me actually. I was nervous this was going to be really hard, but I fell in love with this highlighter when I first laid my eyes on it. I have so many highlighters in my collection that look exactly similar to this, but there's just something about this highlighter that has that extra sparkle to it that I always reach for it. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood Illuminator. I actually bought this when I was in Beverly Hills at her boutique, and I walked in thinking I was going to get this because this was actually sold out online and it was like limited edition at the time, and I was freaking out because I wanted it so bad. And I walked in to purchase it and she was standing right there, and I about died. I had like a heart palpitation. I was trying to vlog it and then I lost the footage, and I was so sad because I was freaking out. It was like I saw the Queen of Brows in my presence, and it was so fun. This is my favorite. I love it so much. It just looks so good on my skin tone, and I reach for this all the time, and I love pairing it with her A23 brush. So this is my go-to highlighter. It just looks so, I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. So I'm just going to quickly go back to finish my eyes, and then we're going to move on to the lips. My absolute favorite lip liner, I always go back to this, is the Too Faced Perfect Nude Lip Liner. I just love how creamy this is. It's honestly the perfect nude. It goes with absolutely everything. This is also the perfect color because it's the perfect shade of nude where you can really like overline your lips. It has a little bit of a coolness to it, so it kind of creates that shading when you overline it a little bit, but it's not going to look super unnatural. So I love this. I love overlining my lips with it. My boyfriend thinks they look beautiful when I overline my lips, especially with this lip liner, so this has been a holy grail forever. So I decided I wanted to choose both a regular lipstick and a liquid lipstick. So my favorite regular old-fashioned lipstick is the MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick. This is so pretty. I'll swatch it for you. This is just like my favorite nude from MAC. It is a matte finish, but it feels so nice and creamy on the lips. It doesn't feel super drying, which I love. So this is my favorite color. And the other one that I have, the liquid lipstick, is by Stila. It's in the color Caramello. This is just the perfect like nudie pink. It goes perfectly with this lip liner. So I'm gonna wear this one today. But again, my other favorite one is Velvet Teddy by MAC. If I'm feeling like I want a bit of a gloss, I always reach for the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the color White Russian. This is a beautiful milky pink with a tad bit of like plumping effect to it. It smells like peppermint. It's beautiful. It goes with every single nude lip color I own in my collection. I just love the way this looks on my lips. It's super glossy as well. I feel like it's really hard to find a good glossy gloss, and this one does the trick, so I absolutely love it. I've gone through 2 of these already and I'm almost out of this one. it is just stunning. Most of the time when you guys see me wear gloss, it's probably this one because I love this gloss. My holy grail setting spray is the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I love this. I have tried the De-Slick one for oily skin, but I don't feel like it makes a difference too much, so I just love the regular All Nighter one, and it definitely extends the longevity of my makeup. This just makes the biggest difference in my makeup routine. I feel like I cannot live without this. It just adds that extra couple hours into the longevity of my makeup, so I love this. I cannot live without it. It's my absolute favorite. And then last but not least, I think she did mention a fragrance in her tag, so I wanted to mention my favorite one. I actually got this for Christmas for my boyfriend and it smells delicious. It's by Gucci. It's the Flora by Gucci in the fragrance Gorgeous Gardenia. If you guys want a fragrance collection or a perfume collection, let me know down below. I have so many, but this is my favorite one, so I have to spray myself just a little bit because it smells so good. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you all really enjoyed it and I hope you liked the spin on this tag. Leave me a comment down below on what your favorite Ride or Die products are, and also let me know what you guys want to see next. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so you don't miss out on future videos. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you all and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye!